Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today to take a quick look at the new Minix adapter, the USB-C Plus. And we are back. So Minix for the last couple of years has been producing this kind of adapter, and we have seen quite a few different adapters with different styles and so on and so forth. I will leave some links down below so that you guys can take a look and compare with this one. One thing that I would like to mention is that this one has a different feature, which is two HDMI outputs, which we will talk in just a few moments. And regarding the build quality, it follows the same lineup that Minix has been developing for the past 2 years, which is this really nice brushed aluminium enclosure that looks really nice, and it's targeted definitely at the MacBook Pro, especially the new models with Thunderbolt outputs. Now, I don't have one of those yet here, but I do got a Xiaomi Notebook Pro and also my wife's MacBook with only one USB Type-C output, and this is the ideal thing for this kind of computer. These were the machines that I tested out, and I'll share my results with you in just a few moments. But in terms of connectivity, what we will find is two HDMI outputs, 1 gigabit Ethernet, 3 USB 3.0 ports, 1 USB-C for power charging while we are using all the gadgets and so on and so forth, 1 micro SD card slot, 1 SD card slot, and that's about it. Now, in terms of testing, as I was saying, I used these two computers, and the first test that I did was with the Ethernet cable, where I did get the maximum that my ISP delivers, which is 200 megabits per second of downloads and 20 on upload. Now, there's no surprise right over here. I was not expecting any less. And then I moved to the SSD connected to the USB 3.0 port on the hub, and what we got was roughly 400 megabytes per second on reads and on writes, which is the maximum that I can get from this SSD connected to a USB 3.0 connection. So I didn't find any bottlenecks at all on any of the connections. And guys, now talking a little bit about the HDMI so that you can understand a little bit better how it works. These two HDMI outputs will output only one image, or you can call mirror. So let's say that I connect these two displays to this hub here. What I will get is the same image on these two displays. So I will have one different image on the laptop and then another image, but the same multiplied by the two. And you might say, hey Robert, but that's not useful. And I will have to agree 50% with you guys. Probably not for you, probably not for me. This is actually not for everyone, but there will be scenarios that I can imagine that will be useful. Let's imagine that you are working with two different teams and you need to show them the same screen while you explain anything and while you use your laptop with anything else other than that presentation that you are showing. Then there's a scenario that can be useful. Also, if you are on a classroom and you need your laptop display for one thing and you want to have another display with the presentation for the class and the projector with that exact same image, then can also be useful. So in scenarios where we need to show two same images to two different audiences, this can be very useful. And one thing that I cannot criticize Minix is that for getting one extra HDMI output. If they only had removed the HDMI, then I would say, hey Minix, you can do a lot better. But adding one extra HDMI, then great. Now guys, my test revealed that we can get up to 4K at 30 Hz, and although Minix states that they only support Mac OS, because once again this is targeted at Mac OS and MacBook Pros, I also tested out on the Xiaomi Notebook Pro, and what I got was the exact same result as on Mac OS. I was getting 4K at 30 Hz with no issues at all. I was getting all the displays the same way that we can get on Mac OS. Actually, on the Xiaomi Notebook Pro, as you guys know, this is a dual booting system with Macintosh style in it, and I also tested out and the results were almost the same. The Hackintosh here is a bit limited. And with my wife's MacBook 12 inches, I got the same results as well. So it works on macOS and on Windows, although Minix will only support macOS. And that's about it. Hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up. My name is Roberto George, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.